What's going on, guys? Sam Adams here, and today we are going to be talking about GameStop. It's kind of an iconic little entity. You might have heard of it. Essentially, it's where I've been buying games since I can remember buying games. My parents took me there when I was 3, 4, 5 years old. It's always been kind of a thing that I've done. It's been part of my life for a very long time, and it has been announced that they are actually in talks to be sold to a third party because simply online and also digital retailers are absolutely killing them as far as sales go. If you frequent GameStop, you will notice that they have made some big changes as far as merchandising goes, because we've seen pretty much a division into 4 different areas of your local GameStop, for me anyways. You have Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox, and then back here, or sometimes even at the front, wherever it might be, you have merchandise. That's talking about Gears of War Funko Pops, that's talking about Halo figurines, that's talking about collectible hats, t-shirts, all of that good stuff. That has been pushed heavily by GameStop over the course of the past few years. In fact, at my local GameStop, you actually have t-shirts and collectibles being 2 things that are displayed on the windows. For those that have no idea what GameStop is, to show them t-shirts and collectibles as the first impression is definitely showing that some changes are afoot. Of course, these changes were made to try and bring more people into the store. A lot of people love collectibles, a lot of people love gaming t-shirts, a lot of people love that kind of merchandise, and they've done well in implementing that in their stores, but it just simply isn't what is going to really drive core sales, bring in that main baseline amount of money you need to survive and be a profitable company. The collectibles just simply aren't going to do that because people can still buy that stuff online for a relatively affordable price, even in comparison to what is available in store at GameStop. For me, these talks about GameStop being sold are maybe a little bit premature because a recent study did show that 66% of gamers still prefer to get their games physically as compared to in a digital format like you would get on the PlayStation Store or the Xbox Live Marketplace. However, I think what is really killing GameStop is Amazon, and that's what's going on with a lot of companies in the modern day, in the modern age. You have a lot of companies that are going under. I would say that Toys R Us is another fantastic example of what happens whenever an online retailer absolutely dominates as far as price and ease of access goes. Let's say that I want to play God of War tonight whenever I get home from work. I have to get that game to my PS4. I have 2 options of how to get that done. The first option, I could go ahead and run by GameStop, go in, find an empty box that represents the game I'm going to be getting, go to the cashier, have an awkward interaction, and get my game and go home. Or I could just go on Amazon on my phone or laptop, go ahead and pick up that game, and have it delivered to me by the time that I get home and it's waiting on my doorstep ready to be played. Which one would you choose? Because I know my answer. It's certainly not GameStop. I think that as the years progress, we're going to be seeing more of this kind of situation where an iconic entity has gone under because simply the times they are a-changing. I would say that in 10 to 15 years, it's going to be a really interesting time for mom and pop shops. These small local gaming stores are not going to be doing so well simply because they cannot be beat by Amazon. I have one in my area that I absolutely love. I know the owners of it very well, but when it comes to price, I simply cannot justify paying what they are asking for some of the games that are on their store shelves. I just have to go with the better option. As a college kid who does not have a ton of money, I have to be able to make a wise choice with my cash, and to go to a mom and pop shop and pay $60 for a game that I can get elsewhere for around $20 is absolutely ridiculous. I just simply can't do that. And so that's going to be an interesting kind of era for that kind of small business. And also, whenever you see these big businesses having issues, that's kind of a signal that, again, the times, they are changing. So let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. Do you think it's time for GameStop to close its doors? Do you think it's time to switch from physical to digital games overall? What are your thoughts? Leave them down below. If you happen to be new to the channel, I do appreciate you checking this out. And if you want to see more of my thoughts on this, there is an episode of Caffeinate today where we talk about it for about 10 more minutes or so. But essentially what's going on is that it's starting to really shift towards a different kind of video game distribution setup. And it's an interesting time to be alive. But I appreciate you guys watching. I will talk to you soon. Peace.